You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, it's Monday the 21st of April 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I did get to, with the exciting cliffhanger that I kind of sport with the picture I put on Instagram of a coffee, I did get the coffee that I wanted at the coffee shop at Starbucks yesterday. They had the milk. In fact, I actually suddenly realised I wasn't in the mood for a hot drink. I wanted a cold drink. So I had a really, really nice almond milk decaffeinated iced latte and enjoyed it. So that was good. I haven't done an awful lot since then. I think I said in the podcast yesterday I would probably be doing the next one back from Singapore, but I kind of forget we do get about 36 hours here in Sydney, and I kind of forgot that I would still be here basically when I recorded the next one. I mean, it's the middle of the night. In fact, it's not the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. in Sydney because we're 9 hours ahead of the UK. So as I'm recording this, it's coming up to 5 o'clock UK time, and it's technically the next day in Sydney, but as I say, I'll try and schedule and release these to a UK audience. Well, not a UK audience. I'm happy for anybody to listen to it, but I try and release it on it during the 24 hours that makes up that day UK time. But I haven't done an awful lot since then because it was quite early in the morning. I think it was 7:30 in the morning as I was wandering about. I kind of wanted to go to, there's a shop called JB Hi-Fi which sells DVDs. It's, from what I can see, I may be wrong, but it's the main place to buy DVDs now in the UK is HMV. I mean, if you're going to a physical shop, that is obviously. Then, yeah, the Australian equivalent seems to be JB Hi-Fi, but they're actually more of an electronic gadgets shop. So, you know, you can buy gadgets and records and electronics and bits and pieces there. Anyway, I was going to walk there, but it wasn't open for another 2.5 hours, so there didn't seem any point. And then the other thing I wanted to do, I've still got an urge for some really nice Greek yogurt. So I walked to the supermarket close to our hotel, and that was closed. You know, I was saying yesterday, because it's a bank holiday, I was worried things might be closed. Well, the supermarket was closed. So I'd been planning to buy a little bit of fruit and some Greek yogurt and have that for breakfast. And I couldn't be arsed. There were hardly any other shops open. And the ones that are open are these Easy Marts that are massive rip-offs. They don't display prices on the products, and it's just very expensive for what it is. So I wasn't going to buy anything from there. So I went back to the hotel and decided to have the buffet breakfast here because we get a really good deal, and I was hungry. Although I am getting a little bit bored of the keto type foods, especially the ones you get at the buffet breakfasts. Wherever you are, Singapore, Sydney, whatever, you know, it's always sort of fatty sausages and bacon and eggs and like continental cheese and hams and that kind of stuff. And I'm actually ready. I really, really fancied a yogurt, and none of the yogurts they had were the right type that I could have. So that's a shame. So I didn't get a yogurt. And then I went back to my room, and it was probably about 11 o'clock local time at that point. And I kind of thought, well, now I should have a little doze, and then I want to walk out to JB Hi-Fi, and there's also an Ugg boots store near the Opera House, and I don't want Ugg boots, but they do some really nice hoodies. I've got a VW camper van hoodie that I bought here a couple of trips ago, and I kind of thought, well, it might be quite nice to go and see if there's another sort of hoodie that I can get, because the thing about these ones is they're thinner. Because it's for Australia, they're thinner material, and they're quite good as summer wear. But anyway, I went to bed and procrastinated for no good reason, just sort of looking at apps on my phone and Instagram, and just didn't sleep for ages. And then when I did fall asleep, I woke up at about 10 o'clock at night in Australian time. So I lost the whole day, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I obviously needed the sleep. I hadn't slept. I had slept before we were picked up in Singapore, but not enough, really. So I lost my day in Sydney, but that's fine. So tomorrow I've actually realised the thing I want to buy in JB Hi-Fi I can actually get cheaper off the internet at home, so I'm not going to bother to go to JB Hi-Fi, and I might walk down to that shop and see if there's a top that I like, but I might not. And then this evening, well, just now actually, I woke up again feeling that I can't come on the podcast and say I haven't done any work on my book. So I did print the chapter 1 in Singapore, and I brought it with me, and today or this evening or just now, technically it's the wee small hours of the morning, I read through it and signed off chapter 1 of Empress of the Trees. So that's good. I don't know if I'll get another 2 done during this trip, but I will certainly try. But I'll certainly get 3. The chapters, the prologue and the first 2 chapters done. So that's good. Anyway, that's it from me. The next time I talk to you, the next time I talk to you will be tomorrow, obviously. And tomorrow is the first anniversary of me starting this nonsense podcast. And so I'll talk about what I've achieved in that year, because I really have. I've done a lot more in that year than I've done for a very long time in terms of writing. Also, this is show 100, woohoo, of the current series, which obviously the new series starts at the beginning of the year. I call it a season, not a series, sorry. But I did 200 last year, so technically this is the 300th episode of this total nonsense. And tomorrow will be the 101st of this season, and show 301, and the anniversary day. So obviously I'm going to talk about what I've achieved in last year. Apologies. I don't know if it will go on for longer than normal. It might do. I won't restrict myself if I feel I've got stuff to say, but by the same token, if I haven't, I won't. Anyway, that'll do me for today. Hello again and goodbye again from Sydney, and the next time I talk to you will be from Singapore. Take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.